Hey everyone, SweetJohnnyCage here, back with another guide for Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair. This time I'm going to show you how to access and complete the alternate version of Chapter 19, Scareship Shootout, Smog. So from the Chapter 19 storybook, we want to head up into this area here, and then we want to bounce along these flowers, pick up a rock, chuck it at this switch to turn off the turbines in front of it, and we're going to hop up here, we're going to follow this turbine to the flowers, bounce up again, and then we want to jump down to pick up another rock to hit that switch right there. Let's pick up this rock and then just return to the path. The turbines will blow you into the flowers, and then just chuck a rock at this switch right here. And then we're going to go onto this flower. It's a little tricky when you're trying to jump up here. Sometimes you get caught on the turbine. And then walk through this door. And now we have to bring a box down from a top ledge. And if you are wondering what this hint signpost is pointing to, it is a secret that has been discovered by the community, and it's a tonic located near the lake area. And I'll show you in the bottom right-hand corner where you need to buddy slam in order to access this super secret tonic. So once you're near the box, go ahead and push it off the ledge, and then we're going to drag it onto a grate or like a trap door in the bottom corner here, and then we're going to jump onto this platform, hit the switch, and this will send the box crashing into the stove, and that will cause it to start coughing up black smog. And whenever it does that, the smog cloud will go over the Chapter 19 storybook, and then that will turn it into the alternate version of Chapter 19. So once you do that, head back down, and then wait for the stove to cough. Once the smog cloud reaches the book, it turns into the alternate version of the level. So once inside, we can start progressing through this level. This level is really intense. It's one of my favorite levels in the game. It's challenging, but still fun. It feels like a very fair challenge. So this alternate version level introduces clouds that when you step on them, they shrink. So you need to constantly either keep jumping while on top of them, and then they won't shrink, or you need to roll off them very quickly. So that's, it mixed that with some really tight platforming in midair, as well as these Death Star enemies going in much different patterns than the original version of the level, and you're in for a good challenge. All right, so once into the interior section here, we're gonna climb up this rope, and then we are going to grab a bomb. Don't worry about the boxes in the top left. I don't know why those are there. I think it's there to like make you waste a bomb, maybe? Sort of like a trap, but you wanna use the bomb right here on this guy. So once you do that, hop into this little alcove, and then we want to roll through the boxes into the auto cannons, ring the bell if you need Laylee, then you're gonna head through this door, and we're gonna get to the first T.W.I.T coin. So what we need to do is we need to hop onto these little windmills. Watch out for the turrets, obviously, there's 2 on each. And then once you have a platform above you, jump to that, and then roll over, get T.W.I.T coin number 1, and exit this area. We're going to visit another area very similar to this in a little while for another T.W.I.T coin, except there's going to be a missile launcher in that area. So, once we have T.W.I.T coin number 1, we can hit this checkpoint, roll through the door, kill the slug, and then head into the next section of the level. Alright, so out here we have these storm clouds, or the smog clouds, I guess I should say. So you want to just stand on them until they shrink, and then grab those 2 crown quills, and head on over to the exit. If you don't want to worry about the crown quills, I don't blame you. Just jump on the top Death Star enemy when it's not shooting fire, and you'll be okay. Alright, so this next section doesn't have a T.W.I.T coin, but it does have a pretty cool sequence using these clouds as well as a couple ghost quills. Alright, so break this box open, get the 1 quill. You can hit the Laylee bell if you need, and then we're going to get a green ghost quill here in a second. So go ahead and touch that, and follow the very tight pattern up the smog clouds and over to the ghost quill. One thing I do want to point out is that you do not need, or rather, the Death Star fire beams will not pass through clouds, so you can use them as cover. So doing a big roll over here gives us a piece of fruit, and we're going to use this to break open a box for another ghost quill right here. Let's go ahead and get all these quills in time, and then you'll be rewarded with some crown quills. Just like that. Okay, then we're going to head over here and bounce on this Death Star enemy to get another crown quill. There is another crown quill hidden on the left side there, but I don't really recommend getting it because you may take damage from the spawning enemies. So in this section here, you want to hop onto the middle platform when there's no fire near it, hop onto a platform on the right, and then jump up onto another platform on the right to exit this area. So that's sort of how the stage goes. You have big sections of interior with a section of exterior, and then a small section of interior with some tight platforming challenges, and you go back into a larger interior section. This area right here is completely optional. If you want the red ghost quill, here's how to get it. You're probably gonna die trying this, and it's really not worth it. You don't get a ton of quills out of this, so I don't know. I just wanted to do it because it looks so flashy and so cool, but it is 100% optional. So right here, we're gonna go for the next crown quill. I jumped too soon, but that's okay. We're gonna do this without Laylee. We're gonna be professionals. Once you get the second T.W.I.T coin, go ahead and roll back over. And then watch for this fire beam. Jump up, break open this door, and then head into this section here. And like I said before, we're gonna come to a windmill section, but there's gonna be a missile launcher, and this is it. So as you can see, a missile's already coming at us. But if you jump on this platform, it's really not gonna have time to get us. Quickly roll over these smog clouds. There's gonna be another missile coming at us automatically. We can avoid that, get T.W.I.T coin number 3, and head back inside. Once back inside, head to the left. Wait for this fire beam. All right, jump back up. Go through this door. Wait for these 2 beams to stop, and then roll on through. There's a crown quill behind that secret alcove there. Go through the door. We're gonna head outside. Tight platforming section here with some clouds that disappear. So once the fire starts, jump onto the first cloud and then quickly roll over to the last one, jump back up and through the door. The music is so good in this level too. All right, so hit this checkpoint, and then we're gonna come down here, get the 4th T.W.I.T coin. It's a simple jump. Just jump from a good height and you'll get it. Bounce on this Death Star enemy, bounce right back up. We're gonna hit the checkpoint one more time just to save that 4th T.W.I.T coin, and then we are gonna come back over here. Now we're gonna get the gold ghost quill. There's a couple Death Star enemies here that are shooting fire, really trying to hinder our movement here, but that's okay. Come around here, bounce on that one, collect everything that the gold ghost quill's given us, and then we can just bounce on this guy so we can collect the crown quills. Now we're ready to move on. All right, so bounce on that guy. Once the beams stop firing, once that middle one stops firing, that's when you can go there. Just wait until that happens. All right, so the final T.W.I.T coin is right here. This is a little bit tough, but interestingly enough, you can actually bounce on the very edge of those Death Star enemies, even while they're shooting fire, and you won't take damage. So that's sort of what it's trying to do there, but if you take a hit and lose Laylee, it's not a big deal. You can get her back really easily because it's a pretty small area. With this bomb, you could just kill one of these Death Star enemies. Makes it a lot easier. I chose to keep it, but you don't really need it. All right, so head through this door to the next and final section of this level, so it's just about over. Hop onto the edge of this netting and then roll on over to the next part. We're gonna use this bomb to kill this top Death Star enemy. Now we can grab this crown quill pretty safely. Go through this door and through this checkpoint. There is a purple ghost quill here. Once we finish collecting everything this guy has to offer, while avoiding these red enemies here, we're gonna get hit by Laylee. See, it's like so tough to try to be greedy and get all this, but if you have Laylee with you, you can kind of sustain a bunch of hits, so just keep that in mind. All right, we're gonna roll on past this guy and then to the hive, and that is the end of this level. So really challenging, but a lot of fun, great music, tight platforming. It's a really good challenge. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. If you're looking for more guides for Yooka-Laylee and the impossible Lair, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new videos go live. If you like this content a whole lot, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the blue join button below this video. Don't forget to follow on Twitter and on Twitch. And as always, I'm SweetJohnnyCage. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.